Everyone, and thank you for joining us for our weekly Watch Party Wednesday. I'm Lee Gordon, coming to you live from Chicago, home of Brunswick, where we are thrilled to welcome our incredible Freedom Boat Club owners and members from all over the world. And tonight we are pleased to present Angela Cordoni, who is usually behind the scenes. Today we bring her in front of the camera, our Freedom Social dedicated concierge and event guru extraordinaire. So tonight's going to be pretty fun because Angela and I have known each other for a long time now. We've developed the CES party in Las Vegas, where we launched the SLXR 400E and Fathom in Vegas in January, attended the Last Supper dinner here in Chicago with Jean Charles, which was unbelievable last year. Hope we can do that again. And fortunately, we both survived that event and still live to talk about it. And over the last 10 years, Angela has produced about 100 different boating events for our Brunswick brands, dealers, and owners all across the US and Canada. And after personally hosting 3,000 events in her career, and you can see all of it right behind her, and we'll talk about that in a moment, Angela has developed a specialty for small bite-sized events, which led her to launch a marine catering division and business of her own, catering to small on-water groups and experiences from christening cruises, boating birthdays, and Flotopias. Angela, welcome, and thanks again. It's great to see you on camera. I always see you behind the scenes, but now we get to do this in front of the camera.
Yes, Lee, you always get to see me in my Freedom hat, always, yes.
Right, exactly. So now we got the Freedom food, but we're going to talk food because I'm about to jump into the other side of the screen to eat some of that. But let's talk about music. And we always do the icebreaker, and we always ask everybody about, as the curator of the Taste of Freedom Tunes playlist on Spotify, when you're out on the water, what tunes are you listening to?
Well, no surprise, Lee, it's going to be Leah Schaefer's The Anthem. Leah Schaefer, as you've seen on our past Watch Party Wednesdays, has the most incredible voice. We're so lucky to have her as one of our voices of freedom. So she is always my go-to when I want to have my perfect freedom at the helm moment. That's what I'm rocking out to. So Leah Schaefer, The Anthem, it's on a couple of our Spotify playlists, but in particular Freedom at the Helm. And the whole reason for creating our Taste of Freedom tunes on Spotify is really, we want to make the boating experience easy, hassle-free, right? Hassle-free boating, hassle-free entertaining, and music is such a big part of that. And so, something I've struggled with in the past is when hosting events, I'm trying to curate a playlist, right before, and, trying to find all the, fun themed songs. But with our Taste of Tunes playlist, you turn them on, it's your perfect boat music, whether you're wanting rock or country or, empowering female music, whatever you're looking for, we pretty much have it. If we don't have it yet, let us know and we will add it. So yeah, it's been really fun to jam out to those.
So Angela, we're very similar in a lot of ways in that we wear a lot of hats within Brunswick Corporation. On any given moment, any given minute, any given hour, I'm wearing a different hat, and so are you. When we first met, it was all about Sea Ray, and I've seen you work in many different brands, but what brought you to Freedom Boat Club?
Sure. So it was about 10 years or so ago. My background is in luxury automotive and the sports car business. And so I actually met Sea Ray through Aston Martin. We were on a tour hosting ride and drive events and Sea Ray sea trial events. And so, during that tour, we were hosting anywhere from like 2 to 3 events per day, small groups of, 10 guests, 20 guests. And, one of the things that we struggled with was, finding kind of a small events caterer or just an onboard solution for entertaining. And so it was through that tour, again, about 10 years or so ago, that we kind of developed this fun, marine catering solution. And over the years, took this marine catering solution and was able to service Sea Ray on a national level, or, our 200 to 400 plus dealers, as well as Sea Ray's, owner base. So Sea Ray's 250,000 owners all over the world. So I was lucky enough to host quite a few owner experiences over the years. And then that led me to be introduced to Freedom. And so through the development of our Freedom Social Club program, which has been such an exciting initiative to launch with our members and our franchisees, that's really what brought me to Freedom. And, Freedom Social Club is all about listening to our members and giving them what they want. do, whether that's Freedom branded apparel, we're launching our Freedom collection this week, or marine catering solutions. One of the questions that a lot of our members have been asking is, I'm tired of serving, the same chips, the same sandwiches on board. Like, give me some ideas, what can, I be serving on board to my guests that's still going to be easy, but really fun. And so we thought today would be a fun opportunity to test out some of these Taste of Freedom trays that we've created. And we're going to be launching a whole series of different recipes out to our members to share.
I'm telling you, it's not fair to do this in 2 Zoom boxes when we could be doing this and eating and enjoying all of this. You're killing me right now. You know this.
For you.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me. So you and I've talked a lot about boating, and we just got our new Sea Ray, our SPX 230 for the family in Illinois. We're extremely happy. We're going to take this until there's ice on the water, and we're going to be the last boater on the water. But the one thing that we always struggle with is, what do you pack for the kids? You try to go before lunch. Do you bring them sandwiches? Do you not? They want candy. Do you not? What do you bring on the boat? And of course, you've got a Taste of Freedom picnic tray recommendations for our members, which I'm going to need to write down in its entirety. But can you walk us through, our members, what you have on some of those beautiful trays behind, and do they ship well? And if so, I'm going to give you my address because we're going back out. It's supposed to be nice this week.
Okay, sounds good. So just to give you a quick little preview, so what we've done is we've created a whole series of our Taste of Freedom picnic trays, right? So fun, easy solutions. You can get these types of trays anywhere, Amazon, Target. These ones, for example, are $3 at Target, so really great deal. You can also go to your local Party City and get some of the covered trays. So this is an example of some kind of fan favorites that we have here. So the first is really our classic charcuterie tray. So this is fun for the family, but also fun for date night, right? If you and your wife are looking to go out on a fun date, just a nice cheese pairing with some cured meats, grapes, as well as some type of crackers or a fresh baguette. I always like to throw on some Baby Bell cheeses. They're just, as soon as you bring a tray out, the kids just want to go straight for it. So those are always kind of my stall tactic, right? Here's the Baby Bell. It's going to take you a minute to open it anyways, right? Before, we get these served. So that's really a fun fan favorite. Another one is a chicken Waldorf salad. So it's a nice chicken Waldorf salad croissant, something that you can prepare in advance, serve, right as you're heading out the door. And then just some miniature croissants. I like to pre-slice those or even preload those so that those are ready to go. And then just with a nice, great pairing. And then as far as like some fun appetizers. So, again, it's all about hassle-free entertaining, so super easy. So a nice spinach dip with a toasted sourdough baguette, as well as some nice snap peas. And then we also have kind of more harvest style. We have a harvest hummus. So again, slice up some nice fresh pita, pair it with some nice bell peppers, any type of hummus. So again, just super easy. And what's so nice about these is, as soon as you're done, you toss any leftovers or crumbs into the garbage bag, Clorox wipe it, put it in your picnic bag or your picnic bucket, and you're ready to go. So again, hassle-free entertaining. A couple other fun things. I know you mentioned that your daughter has a birthday coming up in November, right? November, harvest season, right? Pumpkins. Like, what can we do to make that fun?
Exactly.
Here's an example of a fun harvest, a harvest kind of cookie delights tray. So a whole selection of just, fun harvest candies, cookies. So just, nice, easy, tray that you can bring on board. But again, something that makes it feel, like an onboard event, right? Not just another day on the water. For harvest, another couple fun ideas. This is a nice harvest salsa with some harvest leaf-shaped tortilla chips. So again, right now it's pumpkin, it's spiced pumpkin latte season. It's pumpkin season is fully out there. So plenty of harvest treats to choose from. And then another treat. I have to mention that some of my personal favorite boating events to host are boating brunches. And one of the things that are really the most popular, no surprise, are a donut bar. So an onboard boating donut bar, I have to say.
I'm done.
I'm
done.
I know. I just started making my own donuts recently, so so it's kind of become a fun little obsession. So donut bar, you can do a nice, donut hole selection, and then of course for sweet treats, making a fun little, cookie brownie tray. Strawberries are always a nice item to have on board. So it's all about hassle-free, really clean entertaining, something, you're only out on the water, for a handful of hours. You don't want to be, messing with cleanup on board, right? You just want it to be super easy. So what I always do, in addition to the trays, is I have my it's my personal, events go bag, I guess is what we call it. We have your boating go bag, but this is really your picnic go bag. So what this is just, some nice items that make hosting and cleanup super easy. So mention, if your daughter was having the birthday on board, you can do fun, happy birthday, little plates there. So nice plates to have on board, fun little cocktail napkins, spice it up a little bit. Obviously little, serving utensils. I keep everything in just, easy Ziploc bags, just so everything stays nice and clean. And again, it's easy to just toss and throw away as soon as you get back to the dock. I also like to carry just the little tumbler cups also. What's nice about these is obviously good for beverages, but also good for chips and popcorn and snacks on board. The last thing you want, especially right now in our current environment, is 5 different hands getting into the chip bag at the same time. So what I like to do is pop open the bag of popcorn and then have nice little self-serve. So that's really nice for the family. And then I also carry gloves with me. We're out there swimming, your hands are touching so many different things throughout the day. So when it comes time to get to get to the cove, we're about to raft up, I start pulling out the trays. I always like to just bring a pair of gloves with me in case I need them, just for helping serve my guests on board. And then from there, again, cleanup, super easy. Bring a couple, bags with you, take the trays, toss them in, take a Clorox wipe that out so you're not carrying any crumbs in your, in your picnic bag, and you can just wash that tray when you get home, or if it's disposable, just toss it when you get to the dock. And so
I want to see those donuts again.
Okay.
I don't even know where I go from here. You've got me so thinking about these donuts right now. That's unbelievable.
Well, and then the other big thing is, is making sure that whatever you're packing is super easy to carry with you onto the boat, and so that you're not having to carry, I always call myself a bag lady. It feels like I'm always bringing 10 different bags with me on the boat. Yes. So I have to. Yes. So I've kind of come up with some, nice tried and tested. I really love, the Yeti cooler bag, but I have to say, in addition to that, is I like to use these storage buckets. What's really cool about these is you can take your beverages, put them at the bottom, you pour the ice on top of it, and then you take your tray. I usually wrap it in just an aluminum foil, make sure it's nice and tight, because you will be putting ice in here, so you want anything to seep through. And then you just put it in. Super, super easy. And then from there, I take my utensils kit, put it on top, take maybe one of our Fun Freedom tumblers, add in a couple of those items. You can even add in your own go bag of supplies with sunscreens, sunglasses, put that in, and it's super easy to just pick up, bring down to the boat, have at the bow or in the back of the boat, wherever it's going to be easily accessible for your guests, but not in the way of your fun. So that's kind of a fun little picnic trick that I've come up with over the past couple of years that helps me not be the bag lady as much.
You are invited anytime you want to come up here. We need to go boating together, because clearly whatever we are doing, it is not even close to right. Just when I thought we had a good setup yesterday, no.
but
Not
so,
even close.
so easy, right? It's meant, you know, it's hassle-free boating and it's hassle-free entertaining. So, you know, this should not be taking you, you know, more than a quick trip to the grocery store, 10, 15 minutes, packing up your perfect picnic, and then you're out the door and you're on the boat. Again, with freedom, it's all about saving our members time and hassle. So really excited for them to start testing out these trays.
No, that's great. So, you know, on this show, we like to find some hidden gems. I always like to try to find a zinger, try to find something that, you know, that maybe people don't know about. And I came across this one, and you do know where I'm sitting. You do know we are in the heart of Chicago. This is Chicago Bear country. The world revolves around whether the Bears win or lose. Having said that, Angela, I know that you were catering for, I don't know, a certain Green Bay Packer quarterback just recently. I don't know that I can say his name out loud and not hear all about it from my friends, but I did hear that you and Aaron Rodgers spent a little time on Shark Week and you had a chance to cater for him. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? Again, just remember, I'm taking this in stride because I understand, I appreciate him, but I know you had a good time with that.
Yeah, so that was a few years ago during Shark Week. So Discovery Channel came out, and in San Diego is one of the top areas known for having both blue sharks and mako sharks year round. And so we went shark diving, and Aaron Rodgers, wonderful guy, even better quarterback, right? He had a fear of sharks. Shark Week found out about this and said, these are our friends, you know, blue sharks, mako sharks, great whites, like you got to meet them. We know you will love them. His manager came on board, and I have to say, we had him in shark armor and everything, but the manager knew if something happens to that golden arm,
that's on you.
Green Bay will be all over him. And so it was really fun. It was a 3-day filming expedition, and Aaron Rodgers, he you know, got in the water and he kind of Heisman'd the shark, came right by them, that perfect Heisman move, and it was just an incredible experience. Since then, he's become a major shark fan. And so yes, I had the pleasure of hosting the Discovery Channel, and of course serving them, you know, a fun catering tray similar to our Taste of Freedom trays here. So if it's good enough for Aaron Rodgers, it's good enough for our members.
Well, clearly he's doing okay because he threw 3-4 touchdowns in week 1. So he's clearly nothing bad happened to his arm. So no. I think you're in good standing with the Packers these days. So, you know, Angela, we talk about Freedom Boat Club all the time, and the largest boat club in the world, and certainly the #1 social club for boaters. You know, I know everybody's super excited to get back on the water and hosting events, and certainly the member socials as well. But in the meantime, until we can get to that level across the board, can you give our members some ideas about what they can do socially distant with their families and friends?
Sure. Well, there's so many things. We're still celebrating, right? We're still celebrating life milestones, whether it's, you know, your kids have been in school for, you know, the first 3 weeks. Let's go celebrate that out on the water with a fun, you know, Floatopia, right? Get the big fun floaties, you know, the pizza slice, the donuts, rightly.
Right.
The bring out the fun tubes to have a fun, like, family Floatopia event. Like your daughter, you said, is having a birthday coming up. There's fun little birthday floaties, having a birthday on a boat. And then, you know, with Halloween coming up, you can, you know, take a regular boating day and maybe bring some costumes along, and it becomes this fun boating event. And that's what it's all about is, you know, when you become as a non-boater, as soon as you become a boater, right? You know, you haven't necessarily explored all the areas that are now open to you. So whether that's, you know, waterfront parks or dock and dines, or again, just, you know, fun family celebrations, it's really taking each one of those days out on the water and seeing if there's maybe a little something extra that you can be doing to, you know, make that extra special for your guest on board.
That's great. I think I like that idea, the costumes on the boat, especially as it gets a little bit colder around here. Get them those coats and those nice costumes. It's a good one. I like that one. Yeah. It's a very good idea. So Freedom Boat Club now has, and maybe it's breaking news, we now have 240 locations. We hit yet another milestone on Freedom Boat Club as they continue to grow. And members really do have the ultimate freedom travel pass. So Angela, where's some of your favorite places to go with Freedom Boat Club?
Well, it's a pretty long list, so I'll try to be brief here. So I spent the last 15 years in San Diego before I moved here to Knoxville. And so in San Diego, some of my favorite places to go boating there was during the holidays, during our lights parade. So as I'm sure many of our members, a lot of boating destinations have fun, holiday parades where, you compete. So in San Diego Bay, competing in the lights parade was always super fun. We'd always have some fun, holiday trays, and decor that we'd bring out, Santa hats for all. So that was one of my favorite San Diego memories. The La Jolla Ecological Reserve also, and La Jolla Cove is really world famous for 7-gill sharks, as well as, amazing sea lion population and a whole underwater kelp forest with kelp that's like 40 feet tall. San Diego, obviously incredible for fishing too. So many fun little, fishing hole destinations. I do miss my yellowfin, I have to say, being out here in Knoxville. I haven't found that here yet. And then in Knoxville, I love it because, we go down to Choto at the marina, where Freedom's located, and there's a fun dock and dine right there. And there's also a nice dock and dine lakeside tavern just, right down the way. So we do a lot of, on water entertaining and kind of take advantage of some of the fun dock and dines before we, post up, and have our fun family flotopia.
Angela, this is the perfect time too, because it is dinner time. I've waited. I knew you were going to do this. So if I'd eaten before, I would have been in a lot of trouble, but thank you so much for joining us. This has been a ton of fun. Can you send me the donuts? I'm still fixated on the donuts. We've got to figure out a way to get these up here.
I think I could ship these out. It could be possible. Yes. So you might have a donut delivery on your doorstep coming up soon.
Done. I'll eat them with you the next time we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, now I'll always have to bring a Taste of Freedom tray with me everywhere I go now.
Right, exactly. I'm going to have to start my own. Angela, I cannot thank you for joining us enough here on the weekly Watch Party Wednesday. And members, please join us next week for an exclusive Freedom at the Helm featuring one of our incredible members leading the charge of the women's boating movement. Thanks again for joining us here. And remember to tune in every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time for our Freedom Social Watch Party Wednesday.
Thanks, everyone. See you on the water.